alert. Major developments on multiple fronts. After an extremely successful trial period, Moderna's coronavirus vaccine is now ready to enter the final phase of testing. We have other vaccines also on the horizon. We'll have full coverage. This is remarkable. Maybe by the fall, record-breaking progress. Our medical aid team, Dr. Oz, is here tonight. Also breaking tonight, the 2020 election has now officially changed in a dramatic and a big way. The president is now vowing to take actions in American cities with war zone-like conditions. But the bumbling, barely there, corrupt Joe Biden is now embracing, well, the most radical socialist wing of his party. We're going to explain in detail how this is a sign between Bernie and AOC and Schumer and Pelosi. He's embracing this out of weakness. I'll explain. He's also now, by the way, willing to redirect funds away from the police that have, of course, become the enemy, defund law enforcement, or to use his words, we'll reallocate the monies. We're going to explain that coming up tonight in a report. Plus, we'll show you what is the latest cringeworthy blunders from the Biden basement campaign. Spoiler alert, he now thinks if you're in the great state of Arizona, apparently you don't live in a state, you live in a city, according to Joe, the forgetful one. But first, we do start with a developing story surrounding a garbage so-called newspaper. We have an information crisis like we've never had in this country before. In this case, the New York, I call it Toilet Paper Times, because that's basically all it's good for. They have been exposed yet again. Now they are facing a brand new lawsuit from Liberty University. And by the way, Liberty has told me, and they'll join us tonight in just a moment, Jerry Falwell Jr., what is a powerful defamation suit filed earlier today. The university is blasting the New York Times for intentionally false reporting. This stems from their hysteria-filled coronavirus coverage, alleging that Liberty suffered a coronavirus outbreak when the school reopened its campus after spring break. According to this lawsuit, prepared by attorney Michael Bowie, in two separate headlines, the Times all but accused Liberty of willfully spreading the deadly virus. Quote, Liberty brings back students and the coronavirus too, and a university reopened and students got sick. The paper even reported that nearly 12 students became sick with COVID-19 symptoms. In a separate article, the Times accused Liberty University president Jerry Falwell Jr. of creating his own personal viral hotspot. In reality, the truth, at the time, 0 on-campus students were diagnosed with COVID-19. Not a single one. Not 12, not 11, not 10, not 1, 0. Now remember, the same paper, they're the ones that basically accused yours truly of killing Grandma and Grandpa because of our coronavirus coverage when we were way ahead of them especially, and the rest of the mob, in warning people about the virus and asymptomatic people that would spread the virus, and supporting the travel ban 10 days after the first known case of corona. It was the leftist New York Times. Let's look at their track record. They're the ones that ran the headline, "Who says it's not safe to travel to China? The coronavirus travel ban is unjust and doesn't work anyway." I wonder how many people took their advice and what might have happened to them if they did. Don't forget, the same paper was criticized by its former top editor, Jill Abramson, for, quote, making horrible mistakes left and right. And, of course, this lawsuit comes at a particularly troubling time for that paper. The New York Times now reeling after getting clobbered in a scathing editorial out this week by another former top editor, her name Barry Weiss. And she recently resigned after months of workplace harassment, hostility over, she's not a conservative, at best I'd say centrist views, willing to listen to the other side views. Far-left Times employees calling her a Nazi and a racist and a liar and a bigot. Others demanding she be rooted out of this organization while posting axe emojis next to her name in public forums. Wow. Weiss wrote the far-left Twitter had become the ultimate editor of the New York Times, whose concerns are profoundly removed from the lives of most people. A perfect example of what I call and why I define the modern media as a mob. The fake news media mob is now 99% of news outlets, media outlets. smears, lies, slander, libel, besmirchment, conspiracy theories, hoaxes here, there, and everywhere. Truth-telling, non-existent. They're all about advancing the far-left radical socialist views of this new extreme Democratic Party, and they have outright contempt and hatred for all things President Trump, and by the way, all of his irredeemable, deplorable, smelly, Walmart shopping supporters, like me. And for them, truth, facts, reality, none of it matters. But in the real world, actions have consequences. Tonight, Liberty University is holding them accountable.